Um, Trying to make this short. I think a mixture of so many things happened and it just triggered me. So here, don't mind my hair. My hair does this like thing where it does what it wants after a while. It looked nice earlier. I'll post a picture, I think. What was I saying? Certain things triggered me. See, the thing is, let's just focus on one thing, and it's one thing that's hijacking. I mean, use the word hijacking because God already said, yeah, the promises won't come unless that's resolved. And obviously, it's not resolved. So, yeah, this thing is in hijacking the other promises. And I don't know how to word it without crying. What God promised is not what I'm experiencing. What God promised is good. What I saw is good. I don't think it avoids problems. Because everything has problems on this earth. But it's supposed to be good. It's supposed to be happy. Based on it, or not. Let's say that, I mean, no. Let's put it that way. And somebody who wanted me, and you can tangibly see it, experience it. There's no question to it. So I got to see this week's sermon for the first time in a while at Transformation Church. Well, technically I only saw the beginning of it. It's like God didn't even want me to react, so my presence is aware or made known. Like during the praise time, I wanted to say, "Hey man, hallelujah," and I was like, "Don't." I know there's certain things God would just kind of double check. Should I? And he'd be like, "Mm-mm." And so it's like, all right, fine. So then there's a mention in it that speak on the past mention on what you speak. You know, the title of the sermons to that week was I said what I said. And then there's a section I knew was commenting on what I said in regards to the declared husband. God declared husband, and I guess, and his mom. And I guess he's speaking on that. Not even going to comment on that, because in his right, he's right. But I know what I'm trying to protect myself from by that stance, and I know I have to forgive. That's why I gave stipulations in what I need to know I can feel safe and trust these individuals. So I have to detach myself from them. With the other part where you started going into Noah saying this, Noah saying that, and that's, I think, where I left off. But it keeps ringing in my months ago, even during the problems that I faced them, that is, finding out you had a whole girlfriend during the whole time, and you're stringing me along, but you made it seem like, oh, you were just keeping in contact, you were just being nice, because you realize I'm hurt, so you're just being kind. That's how he's depicting it. I don't need kind, I need truth, and I made it clear to him that's what I needed once. That's to him no, because that's not even biggest problem. Because then, even during then, I was very like, all right, God, I trust you. Everything you said will happen. The good will come. It will get better. It will get better. Marriage will be. What crossed my mind now since watching that sermon is for me to know in this point, because then it was future husband, which I thought in 2 years time. So I can see something can happen, things change, we resolve things, so it's better. For me to be at a good emotional state for the past whatever weeks, God was like, oh yeah, you're married. In my eyes, you're married. You need to consummate it and whatever. For me to be in a good emotional state, in some ways, I'm still in that mindset. I keep saying declared husband. I keep saying it as if it's future husband. Because if I acknowledge that he is the current, as in not like current, like, I have an ex-husband or anything like that. This is kind of weird to say or discuss because according to God, I'm going to be Miss World, and Miss World can't be married. So I keep emphasizing the God part. But at the same time, it's a way protective mechanism for me. If I acknowledge that right, every time I have to acknowledge that right now, I'm in a marriage. Reality of it. It's not just the fact that he has a whole other relationship that he not just had, because he can have it and hide it, and then I find out and you lie to protect the wife or the person you prioritize. I'm not the one that's protected by these individuals. I'm not the one prioritized. It's so just bringing my head, if I say so, sermon, no fake move or not. I don't know how to approach that. I'm just like waiting for it to get better. They just get worse. And I get it. Me saying they're dead to me doesn't help. What should I do? He's my husband, and everybody looking at me like, you have the people on the internet who by now will be like, okay, something in a song. Then you have the other people who know the history, and they're like, move on. And I'm like, no one really fully understands. My parents are attacking me. I'm bipolar. Might even use this as another view to their attacks. But as I said, if they try again, I don't care what they want to say. I am getting a lawyer and I'm going to sue. Let's rewind back again to my point. I don't lie. So I can't say I'm happy I'm excited. Or I don't like lying. Let's put it that way. I don't like lying, so I can't say I'm happy. I'm excited. I can't say those things. Frankly, if anything, I'm just like, Godwin, I try to focus on the Godwin. But I'm asked one point to move as if, at one point, continually move as if I'm married, so I can't even ignore the problem. I don't know. I'm literally, based on what I was informed, I'm not going to hash out any details of what they told me or shared with me a couple of years last year. I'm literally living in the reality of some of his history. I can't behave that way. That made it, allowed it to be that way. The history I thought he was fighting to not repeat, and he's fighting to not repeat with someone else, and God declared me the one. Do you understand what I'm saying? No, let's not even put it that way. It's not even that. Be one thing if it was just that, and they try to protect me, try not to hurt me, try to respect. That's not the case. So on top of that problem, I'm the one. She's the one that's protected, respected. Try not to be hurt. Try not to hurt. But I'm the one declared the wife. I'm the one that is attacked, disrespected, and continually hurt. Purposely hurt. The way they do things to protect her. I'm tired. And I keep just like, when? And sometimes it's like, I must do something. I'm like, I cannot force somebody to be with me. I cannot force somebody to love me. I cannot force someone to choose me. I cannot force anybody to want to make a marriage work. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. And that has to fix before everything else resolves. And then it's that on top of the fact that people think I'm crazy and they jump on the bandwagon. Not years ago, because that's another fact. I'm here in Jamaica, and a lot of people keep asking me, did XYZ, a family member of mine, outgrow certain things? Certain things that I'm like, those are, certain things I'm pretty sure is a part of indication what that person's bipolar. And other people that knew what's going on, asked if he outgrew it, or that person outgrew it. So if I was bipolar, there would be signs, things that people would be worried or noticed for years, and nobody for years, as somebody mentioned today. If I'm sick, I would have been sick last year too. I would have noticed something. But no. So they jumping on the bandwagon has nothing to do with my mental illness, but the fact that they're fighting. God already told them. It's not even that. I'm just tired. I'm tired. I'm a person that forgives and move forward. There's times where I'm like in those moments, they just say, "Hey Danielle, let's talk." I would be like, "Alright, let's just forget the past. What do you want to do to heal, move forward, and not repeat that, and to heal that, 3, grow from here." I wouldn't even bring up the past for anything. Then the next moment, even God is like, "No, don't even talk to them more." Delay responding to him. Right? I have to be excited that things are going to be better. I'd have to be like, "Alright, guy, I didn't say. I could take that marriage now, you know." I'm so tired. Like, exhausted. I'm tired. And trust me, there's me and then there's the girl. Pretty sure looking at me like she's obsessive because of what they told her or allow her to believe on me. And I'm tired. So I'm just gonna leave that at that. Yep. I tried not to cry, but at least it could have been worse. Could have been worse.